Whenever you're ready.
All right. Hi, I'm Kiki D, and that was my golden hour.
Directly after. No, so you gotta say this was, then that was.
Oh, this was? Oh, and then that was. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kiki D, and this was my golden hour. That was my golden hour.
Okay, wait, no, we gotta go one more time.
Whoa, yeah, bitches GDP. What do you mean? She here rapping off a beat.
I'm gonna talk to you, Kiki.
Yeah.
You talk to Jordan. Jordan talks to me. Yo!
You.
Yo. Alright. We'll wing it. That works. Alright, so listen. We're starting off a fresh episode.
Yes.
Post Heck era, because Heck doesn't know, but he's fired. Just kidding, he's not. But as you guys could tell, moving into this thing, I am not savvy on the technical end, so I appreciate everyone's patience leading up to this. Nonetheless, oh wait, do I have to hit I on all these? I think I do, right? Wait, say it one more time.
Check.
Yeah, we're good. Okay, but just Jordan has no gain.
What are you talking about? I'm Gucci. I can hear myself. I'm talking fine.
It's not his is low, right?
No, yeah, but I get what you're saying. It's happening to all of us.
No, me and you are good. You
He's
can see
good
us.
too,
See,
because
I'm
look
not
at
even
him.
gonna say that much. It's cool.
No,
Listen.
that's not how we're gonna run this thing. You just gotta talk loud as fuck.
All right, cool.
Okay. All right, that definitely popped up. Just talk louder than normal. All right, nonetheless, even though we're running the biggest podcast in Boston, quite clearly, it's not the most professional. Nonetheless, Kiki D, thank you for coming.
No problem.
I'm gonna give you a proper intro.
Uh-huh.
So, in the midst of the Middle East, amongst a ferocious night. Hey, don't get paranoid about this. I'm gonna look at this. Don't you worry. We're good. We're good on this end.
I'm not paranoid. I'm just listening.
In the,
Oh, you don't look at it. Okay. Gotcha.
in the midst of a ferocious night, Big Boach Bonnie was running the biggest show of the summer. And the show was over. And I look into the crowd. And who do I see? I see a young hustler who says, "So what is your talent?" I said, I just threw a 600-person show. She goes, "Yeah, but what do you do?" I was like, well, I just threw a show there. She was like, "All right, I want your promotional help with my newest tape." But I never got a text following up from that. And so this is the first
I
time
didn't say promotional
you
help with newest tape. I don't even have a.
or you said, oh yeah, I have
Just
a team.
more so, just in general.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I think off rip, I was like, okay, well, this girl, whatever she's doing, she wants to succeed.
right.
And so then I think when I started following you, I was like, okay, like your approach is way different than most things I've seen.
How so?
Well, it seems like you're running with a team. Like you're more about like a movement, and then you're kind of the leader of a movement type.
Yes and no. Because like the team is still forming. I won't say that I'm even consistently moving with a team, but I guess, yeah, movement to movement, I do have a team.
Okay. And that's, oh, excuse me, that was rude of me. Gordy! So we've talked about Gordon like 40 times on the show now.
Okay.
Jordan is my college roommate for 3 straight years.
Wow.
He seems timid now, but he has an alter ego named Vortex that comes out on occasion. Gordon, you just want to say something to the camera?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. So Gordon's also from Roxbury. You guys were chopping up about that beforehand.
Yeah.
And so I figured he honestly knew more about Boston music than I did before I started like kind of getting into it and stuff. So I was like, all right, well, probably a viable voice on the show. Good to have him here. So why don't you just start off by explaining the movement a little bit?
Word. I grow, you grow, we grow.
She got it on the shirt.
That's the shirt that I'm wearing, and that's the most recent movement. Because the movement before that was Substance Over Style, which you can find on the right arm.
Oh, you got it inked on you?
I got it inked on me, so you know it's real. Not that I grow, you grow, we grow isn't real, but yeah, this is one of the first movements I started. With the I grow, you grow, we grow movement, it's basically about the fact that we're all at different life stages. We're at different points in our lives, and we all have different circumstances, but no matter the factors, no matter what information is going on like in your life, that might be impacting you in a good way or bad way. We're all growing. We're all improving. We all have room for, growth overall. So just like plants from the ground, you know what I mean? As long as you keep watering it, as long as you keep giving your craft or whatever the case may be, because like I said, we're all doing different things. This doesn't just apply to music artists. This doesn't just apply to business owners. This applies to anybody and everybody. As long as you just stay focused and you're patient and you're focused on growth, that's what this movement is about.
That was profound.
Thank you.
I came out swinging. You had that prepared?
Yeah, I always try to be prepared.
Word. So how does someone check if they're growing? How do you know if you're growing?
I like that question.
Well, Gordon, question. You think you've grown in the last 6 months since graduating?
Oh, definitely.
Don't lie to us either.
No. I've definitely grown a lot. I would say more mentally than anything. I'm kind of putting some weight on too, so physically too. But yeah, I've definitely grown, and I don't know if there's like a proof way of like just
there's no real standard being like, yo, look at what I've done, right?
And especially like with social media and technology and things like that, like it kind of sucks because like you may be growing at a slower pace than somebody else and seeing their growth posted all over the internet, blah 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 blah. It's kind of disheartening sometimes. So definitely disconnecting from all of the nonsense that goes on online. And some people are just living fictitious lives online too. So always keep that in mind. But yeah, I've definitely grown a lot.
True.
So my question is growth more of it's an aspiration, or can you check when you're in the middle of if you're growing, if that makes sense?
I mean, both. You have to
be honest, because I think 6 months ago I was more mature than I am today.
Which makes sense. Because if you weren't, I mean, you'd be stagnant. Or maybe there's something where...
Oh, so you can grow negatively.
Can you grow negatively? Yes.
Damn. Thanks for shitting on me when I'm down, man.
I mean...
but it's also a matter of perspective. Like for you personally, you might think that you're sort of regressing and going backwards. But for somebody who's on the outside looking in, like for me at least, watching what I've thought is growth with, seeing you at Providence College, hustling and bustling, running door to door, selling tickets, blase, to damn near selling out the Middle East, starting up your own podcast. So for me looking in, it's like, damn, Connor's growing a lot. But for you, it might feel like, fuck, like, what am I doing right now?
Yeah, but I don't even mean in terms of accomplishment though. I think it's inevitable that I was catching fat W's at PC because I knew everybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean more in terms of maturity. I think I'm way farther back than I expected to be. So you can grow negatively. Am I done for? Help me, please.
You're kind of fucked.
So elaborate. Like you can go down.
Yeah, you could, because there could be something toxic in your life that you've struggled to detach yourself from. And that might be what's making you continue to go downhill. So
how would I join the movement and turn things around, man?
I feel like I like what Gordy said, because
Gordy, his name's Jordan. I just call him Gordy.
Oh, Jordy.
Sorry, it doesn't matter.
Jay. Mentally, it all starts because a lot of times people only focus on the physical, which then ties into, again, why substance over style is important, because people be focused on like their hairstyle or like how many weights they're lifting or like how fast they can run. And those are just some examples that came off the top of my head, but you really got to focus on like your mind and like your heart and then how you treat people, and then how, you carry yourself and you surround people. That's how you check, and that's how you actually grow. You start inside and then it projects.
So how does that play into the movement? I'm just saying, so you're the leader of the movement, correct?
We all the leaders, honestly.
Because
if you see, yeah, I'm the leader, but it's like I grow, you grow, we grow. Like without the we part, I honestly wouldn't exist,
So as a leader, you're supposed to lead by example. What if you're hitting the bricks and you're feeling off for like 6 months? You don't really feel like you're growing. You feel accountable to other people that are taking part in the movement.
Yeah, and
does that make sense?
No, yeah, but I think sometimes people confuse what being a leader means, and like being a leader doesn't mean not having any off days or like being perfect. Like sometimes being a leader is being you. Like, sometimes being a leader is being transparent and authentic. So like you said, if, God forbid, 6 months I'm down or brick, that's the term you
You're
use.
hitting the bricks.
The bricks. Then so be it. But then that's when growth happens after that setback.
Do you think, I'm just assuming you've been through the experience, do you think you've hit certain points where you're like, wow, I can't necessarily be as strong as I thought I was in terms of providing for whoever else is part of the movement? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Like setbacks.
Well, I'm just saying, as a leader, you have a certain responsibility to the people you're leading, correct?
Yeah.
Jordan, would you agree?
I mean, yeah, but like, and this happens a lot, especially with the people who you think are like the strongest people.
Mhm.
Like nobody's ever checking up on them, right?
Absolutely.
And like everybody goes through, their ebbs and flows. People are, going through everyday life situations, and it's important, even as a leader, like that people are checking up on you because, again, as a leader,
but how frequently does that happen?
not as frequently as it should.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's definitely something to think about as a leader. That like, all right, it's okay to not be where I want to be.
Right. I agree.
You concur?
Yeah.
So you're originally from Roxbury?
Roxbury, baby.
JP Roxbury.
What, on the line? Or you just parents are split back and forth type thing?
Yeah, and then I feel like I could claim other parts of the city too, but like
You're the first
really-
person to ever say that up there. You know
As a
that?
fact of Roxbury to the day I die.
Most people say they just have one
neighborhood.
it's
It's because of my affiliations. It's just because I, for some reason, for example, if I look at the fact that I chose a Boys and Girls Club that wasn't nearest to my house, I think that within itself, it just goes to show you, like, yeah, I'm from here, but like I through the work that I was doing or trying to do, I was inevitably in other spaces, whether that be Mattapan or Dorchester.
And you grew up with kids that were growing up over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gordon, you would just rep Roxbury?
Always in favor.
Shout out to the Blue Hill Boys and Girls Club and the Mattapan Teen Center.
Which Boys and Girls Club did you go to?
Never. 285, 2730 Martin Luther King Boulevard.
I've been over there
Roxbury
too
YMCA,
before. Dre, I know Dre over there. Shout out to the Roxbury YMCA too. Like, affiliations spread.
Is that where you started music?
I started music really at Camp Harborview, but then I started again at Blue Hill Boys and Girls Club like 3-4 years ago.
All right, I'm going to be honest. If my questions have been misguided the past 10 minutes because I've just been staring at the T-shirt. Let's just get this out the way because I've been waiting for this for about like 10, 12
This T-shirt
I've been waiting
is
for
a
this
size.
like 4 months. So Kiki D hit me up. She was on the hustle. I totally understood it. I think did I reach out to you say, yo, I want a tee?
Yeah, I think I might have commented.
She hit
on
me
your
with
post.
like the most elaborate like business scheme. She's like, I got my street team out there. They can probably dish you when I'm just in the middle of doing this and that. I was like, yo, you want to just like give me the tea? I'll like give you the money.
See, and I had a feeling you interpreted it the wrong way. It really wasn't like that. I just literally wasn't in the city, and I literally wanted to make sure you got a shirt. So I literally told you what
She
the
got her
plan was
army,
gonna
the
be.
Kiki D army.
And it was just one person, but I had a feeling. I had a feeling you was gonna take like that.
Well, I wasn't mad. I was just like, you're
True.
just on the hustle. And so what better way to plug it than on the show?
I agree.
So are these for
Golden
sale?
Deer-
Are these for sale?
These are for sale. I grow, you grow, we grow. Support business.
25 beans? 20 beans?
20. Why you +5?
Well, let me see the garment. Oh, she got the Anvil. Anvil is a nice quality tee. It's not the Gildan. It's not the Hanes. This is a nice tee. But yes,
What would you say if it was the Gildan?
I'd say this is going straight to the fireplace. This is fresh though. You designed
What
these?
is the Gildan? So,
Do you design these? Gordon, look at this. I'll pay for Gordon. I'll pay for one for Gordon too. Do you have 2 on you?
Jordy, I didn't know.
You don't.
Jordan wanted one, but I for sure have one
Okay.
for like.
That's fine. That's fine.
notification.
I'll scoop one
Sure.
afterward.
I appreciate it.
You could lift in this, Gordy.
For sure. I like the cutoff.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't be offended if you cut it off, right?
Mm-mm.
Kid, I wouldn't.
I got girls that done crap topped it.
If you cut off any Golden Deer shirts, thank you for this.
Nah.
Actually, I'm just gonna. Put
Thank
it
you.
on. So.
Connor is all of.
Oh yeah, I'm a mess. That's why surprisingly, Hector, we do need you back, man. I don't think I'd ever say it. Question. I've been asking. So this season's all female artists. just because in the first season we had 20 episodes, 19 of which were male.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, 19 were male. We actually had 21. I lost one with Chi.
Okay.
Wait,
you lost the interview?
We lost about 10.
Oh.
And so that's why we ran a week called The Lost Files, because we had everyone back up because our hard drive broke in the room over. And so we ran a piece I've run a piece with a lot of these female artists, and they've said, to be honest with you, I think being a female artist in the city is more of a window rather than it being preventative. Would you agree?
Yeah.
You think it helps?
Shout out to all the artists that said that, because that was well said.
You think it helps?
Yeah.
You just talk because I put my shirt on.
It helps because you automatically unique. You're automatically doubted, which means you automatically have to prove. One thing for me, what I say in that song, number one fan outro, you can find that on the Where Are You EP. I say don't focus on the competition, just collaborate. So I feel like no matter what your gender is, prove what you need to prove, but at the same time, do what you need to do and focus, and like they say, stay in your lane. So as a female, it's becoming more and more of us that's starting to have the confidence and starting to actually present that too, whether that's on stage or in front of a camera. So I'm really excited about that.
So you don't think, and I don't even mean to sound like Good Morning America here, but like you don't think there's been any roadblocks in terms of being a female artist? Just because the one thing I've noticed, I think, is when I brought up the idea of like, yeah, I'm just gonna run an all-female artist city, it's just not even like, there hasn't been like a real standalone artist out of Boston just yet. There hasn't been a model for female artists yet, but like, okay, that's the standard. She's successful. She's a successful artist. So people are going to take me serious. You know what I'm saying?
But
okay, go ahead, Gordon.
But like, don't you think that like creates a huge opportunity
Absolutely.
for you to like,
huge window?
Like, you have no pressure to
let it breathe into the mic.
You have no pressure to like follow a path or like model your career after anybody else. Like, you could literally carve your own lane and set up.
Cardi.
It's a fact.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
No, it's good.
Well, yeah, I totally agree. I mean, that's the one thing I said to. Where did that come from? That's one thing I said to Mona Velli when she was up here, because she wants to go to Atlanta. I was like, don't you understand how big of a deal it is if there's a female artist out of Boston that really just breaks? Like, it'd be the first. So,
well, this is the thing also. It starts with y'all too, and what y'all do after this interview. And I don't even mean to put too much pressure on y'all, because at the end of the day, you know, you're gonna do what you want to do. You're gonna do what you want to do. But it's one thing to say like, oh, there's not support or there's not this, but you guys have that power, and that's why I'm grateful to even be here right now.
Us as men,
huh? Us as sorry, y'all as men, y'all as creators too, and for the fact that I'm here right now on this platform, this is already a great start, you know?
Well, that's why we did it. But to be honest, off rip, I received some like, a couple people were mad. I'm gonna close that door real quick. A couple people said that I should go about it differently in terms of giving like an all-female season. How would I do that?
It starts with preparation. I was saying that's no shade, but like, I don't know. If there was a bigger name artist, male too, half the things that's happening right now wouldn't be happening. And luckily, I'm more...
Elaborate.
Doors are opening during an interview. You got sounds coming from different rooms during this interview.
No, that's not what I mean.
But still though, I mean, there's just a way, like presentation, you know? And I'm actually not big on that usually. I'm more of like a come as you are, like do your thing. But at the same time, there's just some things where you want to be on the P's and Q's, especially for females, because we are already kind of at the lower.
I get what you're saying. Like you're saying, like you took the time out of your day to come over here. So like we need to respect that fact that like you could have been recording right now,
right,
or doing something, you know, something else other than this. So like the fact that people are walking back and forth, opening doors, there's other music playing.
That's just the innate. That's the nature of the podcast, though, nonetheless.
Oh, okay.
But that's just how we run it in terms of free form. My question was, I received backlash in the fact that I wanted to run an all-female season. Like, okay, why does it have to be an all-female season? Can it just be artists? How else would I go about something like that in a city where females, I'm just dead ass trying to help. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why are you boxing females? How else would I do it? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think it all, but when I say starts with you, I don't mean just like as an individual, also making sure that your team, because we spoke about team earlier, and that your team's accountable too. So yes, like you could be doing things right, but you definitely want to start like communicating those things to your team too. It's just going to have a stronger impact.
No, but that's not what I mean. What I'm saying is I receive backlash not because of the production of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I receive backlash because I'm running an all-female season.
Right.
Not from the females. It's from the concept. Like, okay, you're only doing a female season. That alone puts females in a box within the city in terms of artists.
they're calling you a reverse sexist, essentially.
Yes.
But you know how things go. People like to be bandwagon.
Can you close that door for me, please? Thanks, bro.
But you know how people like to be bandwagon. So all I'm saying is you're on the right track, but you have to just make it something that people want to be a bandwagon too.
Okay.
People want to join things where it's clout. It's like, I'm representing that. How can this...
We have no problem getting artists up here.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only thing in the city, so everyone wants to come up. I mean, like, females. Jordan, do you understand what I'm saying?
Right. So, I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, you have creative control. So, I mean, people are going to say what they want. Like, if you want to make an all-girls season, then make an all-girls season. The guys going to be like, well, why is it only all girls? Like, maybe some of the girls going to be like, well, why is it only all girls? Why can't I go up against the boys too? Like, so
that's my point.
I mean, you yes, you're gonna have to sort of tread lightly, which kind of sucks because like you're doing it for good reason, like you have good intentions.
It's bullshit.
But like you have creative control, which is the beautiful thing about this. This is your podcast. There's no rules except those that you create. So like, if you want to do an all girl season, do a goddamn all girl season.
Absolutely. And I agree with that. What I'm saying is there's no other way to go about doing what I created than the way I'm doing it.
So continue to do it.
That's what I'm saying.
People are going to say what they want to say.
But would you agree? Am I boxing female artists by solely promoting a female season? Just say no, man. Just say I'm a big guy.
No, well, I mean, I was first thinking in my head, one, do you feel like I'm not answering your question correctly? Because you asked it about 3 times. And then 2, maybe a balance, maybe 10 and 10. That could be it.
Well, yeah, so we already ran 20 with all dudes.
I'm saying 10 and, I'm saying like in one season, 10 and 10. 10 males, 10 female. Then that would be, but hey, if you already, the fact that you already did 20 with males, why not do 20 with females, then maybe do the 10 with 10?
It's also much harder to find female artists in Boston. Would you agree?
Yeah, but I'll give you some names right now. Shout out to Oompa. Shout out to Detra Bell. Shout out to, Hope you just had representing Detroit. I had sent the video to my friend Mackenzie. She's laughing. She's always representing Detroit. Some other names. SOS, Noemi. There's a couple. Even I could damn you, but you're making the right start because I also don't want to just start listing names that aren't really
who you don't like. Yeah.
Not even though not that I don't like, but that you don't just want to have anybody up here. I'm not saying that this is like a.
I understand how I'm sorry. Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I don't. The standard for the show, it's just I told this Hector off rip, we're not going to have anybody up here who I genuinely don't think is working because I can see it from miles away.
Right. I've seen your post too. Yeah, you're bold. You're bold.
What's the truth though? It's just, I mean,
we're watching.
It's a fact.
Capella.
So in terms of female artists, how does in the city, how is a standard set? Because I kind of feel like, and that's what Boston actually just needs in general, is a role model. Like, okay, this is how you do it. This is how, the market will only really be created in Boston if there's a huge artist that stays. Jordan, would you concur?
I mean,
I'm just trying to get you to chime in here. You have opinions? I know you do.
No. I mean, I agree.
And let it breathe into the throat of the mic.
Pause. Pause.
That's how we can see you.
Nah, I agree and disagree. I mean, I think that a bunch of people can blow up out of Boston, and like I haven't even seen it yet, even with the guys. But like, yeah, like every individual can blow up out of Boston. I don't think that there needs to be the cousin Stiz, if you will, of the female artist for ladies to make it out of Boston. Like that doesn't need to happen. I think that there's a bunch of good talent that can all blow it up out of Boston.
But you don't understand. There's no money for artists. That's always been the issue.
Yeah,
There's zero money here for them. That's why people leave. You can only play at the Middle East and sell it out so many times. You might be able to get to the Paradise Rock Club if you have the right promoter.
You're absolutely right. I mean, maybe Boston doesn't have the infrastructure to support artists or artists when they get larger and larger until you're hitting TD Bank, right? And at that point, you're doing crazy.
But what I'm saying is, your team won't have enough money if you stay in the city, and the only reason that can change is if you have an artist, a huge artist that decides to stay in the city and build the city.
Can you think of any guy artists like off the top of your head?
No, that's the point. Right? There hasn't been one.
There hasn't none. I was gonna go Benzino maybe, but he probably left too.
So, well, Melfi, I've been trying to get Melfi up here. Melfi, respond to my Facebook message, bro. I know you saw it.
Melfi,
Star Gang,
SG.
You remember Melfi?
Yeah.
Yo, he used to kill it.
That was wild. That was like middle school, high school.
Well, he kind of did what you've been doing with the street gang. You know what I'm saying?
True.
The Star Gang was in everyone's high school, everyone's college.
His sister went to my school. I see you, Nikki.
Shout out, Nikki. Yeah.
No Minaj. Gang. But,
yeah. So with your team, you guys just kind of roll down the street in like a pyramid formation, looking for issues with people.
But see, this
like Power Rangers.
It's gay.
But see, like I told you in the beginning, though, it's not like a team. It's not like a team that's always with me, like the same people. It's just it'll be different groups. So maybe I think you're looking at. I think like you have this image in your head of like the photo shoot that like I did this summer, and it was like a couple people. We all had the T-shirts on, but like that's not like my team. That was just in that instance. Yeah. Those were the supporters who pulled up to the music video shoot, and I'm grateful for that.
So I don't have like much of a background on you. So like what is this team? Are these people like you grew up with, or are these like your supporters that you're like, saying?
Yeah, was it off rip like, okay, we're gonna shoot a music video? Let me seem like I got a big team with me type thing.
No, it was just I have a music video. I have some names in my head that I would love to be a part of it. Pull up or flake.
Yeah.
Pull up or flake. It wasn't like I want to look like I have a game.
You're right. I do have an image in my head of like you literally like with a flaming bat in your hand, and there being like 6 people on the left, 6 people on the right.
The picture was that hot. It did have that kind of energy of
and they all have like pitchforks.
Even with the caption, I think I said y'all ready for beef? Something. We ready for tour? Something. But just being ready. So I get why you.
That was in Roxbury?
JP.
Yeah. So are you completely out of Roxbury now?
Nah, I'm everywhere.
All right. You claim multiple hoods. I like that. Neighborhoods, excuse me. So you go to American?
Yes.
You enjoying it?
It's awesome.
I mean, I can testify. Me and Jordan went to Providence College. I totally hated it.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I loved it. Shouts out to Providence.
Well, I love the social life, but is it a Catholic education?
No.
But you don't have to take theology classes? Or
No.
I'm thinking of Catholic.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Catholic too.
American's in the heart of DC?
Yeah.
How do you like DC area? I love DC.
I'm a city girl, so it's pretty easy to adapt, I say.
Sure.
Taking buses and trains, commuting, lift ski, oop ski, I like it.
And can you, for the most part, have people received like some of the music stuff you've been doing down there pretty well?
Yeah, I would admit that things are like moving slow, but it's not a kind of slow that like I'm worried about. It's not a kind of slow that is making me feel negative about what the future holds. It's a kind of slow where it's like I'm in this humble position just trying to take notes. I'm very observant. And that's why like I kind of have this energy of just like I'm chill and I'm accepting and I'm down for the cause. But at the same time, I'm definitely just trying to build a team and create strategies based on what I've seen fail and succeed in the past.
Okay.
And that's why I'm moving slow. Like I don't want to just drop music left and right and spam people and promote left and right. I really want to pay attention to, okay, I just reached out to you. Did you reach back out to me? Why or why not? So kind of like analytics and just like information and all.
You think you're frustrated with going down there and it not going like this for you?
No, not at all. No frustration because like I said, it's been an awesome experience. I feel like I've been able to benefit and I feel like others have been able to benefit too. So again, it's not like a one-sided thing. The t-shirt says, I grow, you grow, we grow. And I feel like the people I've been surrounding myself with have been growing and most importantly have been happy.
Word.
And so how long have you been down in DC?
Just like year 2.
You're a sophomore?
Okay.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
from your experience so far, you've been down there for 2 years and Boston for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think the major differences between the two cities are? And I guess two-part. Like,
okay, Gordon on his journalist tip. Okay,
like no,
it's a good one, bro.
And how do they like? How does DC accommodate artists? And like, do you think that DC can accommodate artists a lot better than Boston has? Like,
DC accommodates artists a bit better just because they have different platforms. You know, Connor, how you said, oh, you know, you sell out Middle East a couple times in Boston. You're lucky enough if you do Paradise Rock Club. But DC, you can find just more. And big or small. Culture. Yeah, big or small event, whether this event is big or small, you're going to find that culture. You're going to find that community. Yeah, right there. That's what's important right there. Well,
so there's more people that would embrace kind of like what you're trying to do, what you're reaching out to do.
For example, it was like a month ago, I attended this open mic at an Urban Outfitters. You will not see that in Boston.
Where's the closest Urban Outfitters to here?
Newberry?
Newberry?
Yeah.
I mean,
Newberry.
Where the hell are we? Or maybe, is there one in Cambridge side? I don't know.
Yes, yeah. And Galley. But what stores... And again, we have stores that have space, but what stores are willing to use their platforms?
47 brand.
47's doing one. Mass Apparel will do it, but you're right.
But I'm talking about big, like Urban Outfitters.
Yeah.
Let's see Macy's do that. Let's see Target or a Walmart. You know, that'd be awesome.
I totally agree. Sorry, bro. Don't worry. We're all set up and ready to go.
Word.
Oh, yo, Thoughts, get in here. Say hi.
Yo.
That's my compiled thoughts for anyone wondering. He's a good guy. Well, to be honest with you, I don't know if you guys have seen it grow much. Then again, because I've felt more connected to what's going on now for like, I don't know, 9 months, 10 months. But like, there is more going on here in terms of rap and music in the city than there once was. Mm-hmm. Would you agree?
Yeah.
And do you mean that in terms of more people performing or just people embracing it more?
People embracing it more because there's always been artists, there's always creators, always people willing to jump on stage, but now there's a bit more people that are willing to listen, willing to watch. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let you guys squeeze on through.
I mean, from my perspective, and maybe I've just been like, after going to school, like sort of disconnected from Boston, but like for me, like over the last couple of years, is I think Boston like artist scene, music scene is like taken off like exponentially since in the last 4 years, at least from my lens. So
you're talking about in terms of what? In terms of people paying attention to it?
I would say in terms of like the volume of content coming out, the amount of attention that people are paying attention to, or the amount of attention people are like giving towards Boston artists. And like, yeah, I've seen it like take off like literally exponentially in the last 4 years. So, I mean, I think that it's going to continue to grow and more people outside of Boston are going to start paying attention. And like, even if it's from like Maine, New Hampshire, like anything, Connecticut, wherever,
Well, Rhode Island is prominent. Like we didn't know that when we went to school there, bro. There really are a lot of people like moving in Rhode Island.
Really?
Yeah, like nutso. Like, do you remember Fetty? Did you ever go over there? It was like kind of near where Adam Hanna used to perform.
Nah.
Yeah, there's like a fat music spot over there that they kind of like the Middle East to out here.
Yeah, and you also have boots on the ground, so like you know a lot of what's going on.
Yeah.
In a lot of places. Me, I'm really disconnected from it for the most part.
So you think it's hard? To be honest, like I think by my junior year at PC, I was doing it in my sophomore year too, but I kind of understood that a college market is like actually a huge opportunity because you already know everybody. And I feel like since you're sociable, you'd understand like the face-to-face is so important.
Yeah.
But do you think it's hard because of the nature of your school to grow quickly? Or do you think it's more of just a matter of time and patience?
It's a matter of...
I just think in my experience, it was easy for me to start things up just because I already knew everybody. Americans like about the same size, right? Was it like 1,000 kids a grade?
I don't.
You don't want to say anything wrong. I understand.
I don't know really the numbers, to be honest.
So you don't think it's a benefit, like being in college?
No, I didn't say that. I think it's a benefit for sure. Like you said, that's definitely like an open market. It is kind of a disadvantage because of how big that market is, because now you have to make yourself seen without being seen as cocky or too pushy or spammy. There's just a lot of things that you want to avoid, but sometimes you can't avoid those without sometimes just being bold. So that balance, I'm very big on balance, and I'm grateful that I have people surrounding me that encourage me to just do you, like you're doing fine, like no one's worried about that. So yeah.
Are you into astrology?
Not really.
What is it? Balance? Is it a Libra?
Yeah, it's a Libra scale. The only reason I'm thinking of the Lil Wayne.
My Libra scale with the sins and forgiveness.
Yeah.
Wow. What's your sign?
I'm an Aries.
Pause. I've never heard anyone say they're an Aries. What does that mean?
My fault for being born in April.
Born in April too.
Let's go.
Yeah.
What day?
25th.
All right, cool. I'm the 13th.
Do you know what that means for you guys?
425.
Well, we'll see.
Born on the 13th. I don't know.
Well, we'll see. Oh yeah, you in between. Aries. You're ambitious, you're independent, and you're impatient. I don't know. It kind of sounds right. From what you're telling me about yourself.
Astrology is stupid.
You're definitely ambitious.
Wait, I'm not an Aries. He said he's an Aries.
Oh, what are you born?
I'm a Taurus, but I'm born in April.
Would you agree with the common conception about a Taurus?
Not really.
You're reliable, patient, practical, devoted, responsible, and stable. But you're stubborn, you're possessive, and you're uncompromising.
Okay.
Is that right?
I don't consider myself to be okay. I can be stubborn sometimes. But possessive. Okay, yeah, territorial, but uncompromising. No, that's definitely like
you'll negotiate.
Yeah, because I'm big on just like listening to others and just like making sure that we both are being.
Would you say these are right? Some of the strengths.
I'm impatient, so no. Patience is not really a strength of mine. But other than that, yeah.
I gotta be honest, bro. A lot of the kids in here follow their astrology sign, and it honestly kind of matches up most of the time. Did you know? You've never followed it?
Never.
Never. It's something weird to take conviction in.
Well, I mean, it's like trying to place odds on the lottery. Like it's unfalsifiable. Like you can't prove or disprove your astrology. So like it's just a waste of mental effort. Like buying into astrology, you just kind of spinning your wheels.
Well, that was one thing. How do you?
True.
Yeah. How does what they say is like humans are comprised of 99% water. That's the basis, and based on wherever
astrology.
This is what I'm learning from everyone in the studio, okay? Based on where the moon is, it will change the gravitational pull of water in your system. Does this make sense to anybody? You guys totally
I mean, it is I'm just not thinking into it. Like I don't really
Deeply.
care for it. It's just that simple.
Yeah, I just don't understand the distinction of how it could change month by month.
Me either. And I never
I
will.
agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe one day I will, but I don't have no intentions of doing the research on my own. So if someone want to read a book for me and print a Google Doc for me, I would appreciate that.
We can do that for sure. Okay, yeah. Well, speaking of your intentions, we'll cut up a clip. What's on the way for you? What do you got coming? Music-wise, movement-wise, cult-wise? Just kidding. I'm part of the We Grow community.
I've been hearing the word cult a lot lately.
I gotta be honest. Have you seen the picture? It just seemed like you guys were ready to kill someone. I don't know who it was.
Listen, as far as the future and what we got planned, I'm trying to do a music video.
You need a director?
I need loyalty, and that's no shade. But like, again, that's why. Luckily, I'm not in a rush. I'm fine with just like kind of taking things slow and really trying to make sure my piece is in the right place. Because honestly, what I don't want to do is be 60% in a music video and then feel like I'm 0% in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very big on just progress and just even if there's something that's in the way, as long as we communicate, as long as we just on the same page. That's my goal. Also, I want to continue to drop music, but I did have a meeting with this producer. I'm not going to name drop, but I took it as a compliment because one of the only things holding me back, he said, was the quality, unfortunately, of the music. So like the mix. And honestly, that was what I'll say was unfortunate to hear because like, as an artist, when you're paying for studio time and when you're giving your product to someone and then it's given back to you, and like for the most part, like you're getting good results, but then once you get to the top, like you get to, you know, a name that could make a couple moves for you and they say quality. Luckily, like my cousin when he said, that actually is a compliment because out of all things he could have said, you know,
your flow.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
content.
and he complimented the flow and he complimented the beats. Shout out to Shabazz for the productions. But man, it's like the quality, that should be the last thing.
Well,
but he said the quality as far as competing with the industry, that's what I need. I need the industry. He said I need to find
you gotta get a
top
mixed here.
engineer.
You gotta get a mixed here.
That might just be a promo op. And hey, I trust you. I trust what you're saying.
No. Well, the dude the head engineer here is the most esteemed engineer in Boston. Like, that's no bullshit.
Right. Well, that's why I said at first I was like, I don't know. But then I said, trust you, because I can't doubt this person. I don't know their name. I don't even know their face.
He's not in there
could
right now.
Well, oh yeah, I'm pointing that way. But like, I'm just telling you what this. He told me I need to be working with the best.
Yeah, of course.
So I had to figure that out, honestly.
Well, it'll take time, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so it's just a music video on the way?
Music video, music, more
gear?
collaborations.
More gear?
I'll say more collaborations. So yeah, might be more gear. But again, I don't want to force anything. Right now, I need to make sure my piece is in the right position.
Are there any like artists, guy or girl, that you would like to collaborate in Boston? Yeah.
There's a list.
For sure.
But I'm the kind of person where I don't really like to talk about like unfinished things until they're like 95% finished.
Gotcha.
Like that's just
fair.
how it is. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Is it tough for you because you're in DC? Your audience is kind of segmented because you have people listening to your music up here, and then like you're kind of tucked away from contact with them. Not
tough because we got Instagram, we got Androids. Some have iPhones.
You got the Android?
What? And we can all connect. So if I DM you and you don't respond,
you're pissed.
You know?
You're pissed.
No, not pissed, but not pissed, but just noted. It's just. We can't be pushing people, you know. We can't be forcing people. People know what they want to support. People know what they like, and that's just what it is.
No. So I mean, so let's say you drop a song in DC. Is it tough for you to access the audience up here off rip?
And I said no because of this access.
Okay. So,
to the digital world, the media. We're all really next to each other, whether we're actually next to each other or not. So I'm not really concerned about that. especially since like in real life, and I try to make sure that like those interpersonal connections are like real and genuine, to the point where if even if I'm out the country, if I hit you up, I make you smile. Mm-hmm.
Do you enjoy academia?
Yeah, cause discipline. But I don't enjoy the test taking. I mean, I'm not even a nerd, so it's like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I like to read even. But the discipline that's associated with going to school, going to class, completing assignments on time, that's something that a lot of people underestimate. But I guess we all have different paths.
I have I think a contrarian view on the idea of discipline. Something that I've thought about.
I do too. Holy shit!
This is my take. Discipline is forcing yourself to do something that you genuinely don't want to do, but you feel that you have to do,
or it's a huge inconvenience.
So you would rather not do it. Right?
Exactly.
And so,
scholar boy.
And so, and don't get me wrong. Like I did fine in school. Like
did great in school.
I was not academic by nature. Like studying was not my thing, but you got it done, I guess, via discipline. But like, do you sometimes feel like, all right, well, like, if I feel like I need to discipline myself, so like I don't want to go to class today. I get you're spending money to go be at that school, so you should. But like, do you sometimes feel like I shouldn't be forcing myself to do something that like I'm genuinely not interested in?
Well, before you answer, on the flip side of things, Jordan was astute in school, right?
Yeah.
Mind you, really, like he was the golden child at our school.
Goldendeer.productions.
No, I was the Antichrist. So the administration really did not like me.
Okay.
Because I was off doing all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever. What he's not saying is that. Did you ever at PC think it was tough for you to maneuver as like such an academic and like such a leader, not on the other end of things being like, wow, I really don't like, I don't like what I'm doing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
No, because you
didn't genuinely enjoy it. Or am I speaking for you?
I think you might be speaking for me.
I'm just talking about speaking on every panel.
No, there were some times where I'd be asked to speak somewhere and it'd be like on golf party, like damn,
you was smacked.
And like I found out how to balance that. I did my thing, but I also got what I needed to get done. So I mean, I loved all of it. I mean, I loved Friars Club. I loved being at school, not necessarily classes and all that stuff that goes into being at school, but like just the environment. So I loved everything about it, other than like having to show up for an 8:30 class and things of that nature.
And before you answer his question, additionally, you're ambitious and you know what your passion is. Do you find it tough because it's not in line with your academia?
I'm currently in the process of a group project. Shout out to Professor Ron Hill, where I get to put a lot of the ideas and skills that I'm already like using and already have into practice. So what I mean by that is like we have to create a marketing plan. We had to pick a company. We had to pick a brand. We had to pick an organization. We initially picked one. They reached out. They weren't able to. So
you're a marketing major?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you call it? So yeah, pick the brand. They reached out, said they couldn't. Ended up picking I Grow, You Grow, We Grow. So how does that help? That just, now I can do a project that's going to help to my GPA, but now I also have incentive because it's going to help to my career. And that's not me selfishly speaking, because as always, like I'm grateful for my group members, specifically in this project, that have sacrificed their time and, their energy. But this is an example.
They're doing it on this.
Yeah, this is an
huge
example. Yeah, so I don't see like school as being a thing where it's like I'm doing it and I don't really want to do it. Of course, I have my moments, but for the most part, I guess based on the classes I've been taking so far, I've been benefiting.
Cool.
Yeah.
And if you don't mind me asking, what are you studying exactly?
Public relations and strategic communication is the major, with the minor in business and entertainment. They call her Bay.
So you're literally studying exactly what you want to go into.
Pretty much.
That's dope.
Thank you.
In music now, there's an entrepreneurial spirit, and no matter what you start, because I think working yourself into an industry is really tough.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not see school as sometimes being like an inconvenience to being a self-starter? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
For instance, my senior year, I was so balls to the walls about it's the truth though. I was like, I know school, what I'm trying to do, I know school is not helping me. The market's sick because all these kids are here and we're all friends and it's great. But me sitting in class, learning about foreign trade is not going to help me as soon as I leave. Does that ever cross your mind? And I'm not shitting on you at all. I'm just wondering.
No, yeah. No offense taken. I think I'm thinking back to a conversation I had with my cousin Winnie yesterday. Yeah, it was Thanksgiving, was eating good. He said sometimes it's about credentials, so do what you got to do. Do your 4 years or however many years you got to do. And just try to utilize the skills that you get inside or outside of the classroom. Because a lot of times I think how students can fail, and I don't want to speak as if I'm not a student and I've already graduated, but don't just learn in the classroom. Don't just focus in the classroom. Try to apply what you learned elsewhere. And that's when you start to feel like you walking around and you're being productive versus
I couldn't agree more.
Leaving class and it's like, I just wasted an hour and a half. It's how do I use at least half an hour of what I learned or even 5 minutes.
I couldn't agree more.
Mm-hmm. And
you also meet a bunch of people.
Exactly. And I'm the kind of student, because like I said, it's not like I'm a nerd. Say I'm in class. I might not take notes until the last 2 minutes of class. Why? Because the first hour and 13 minutes might have just not resonated with me.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that's a decision that I make as a student. And then when it's time to take the test or it's time to do this, but that's how I feel.
I think one thing you could probably agree, Jordan, is school more than anything tell you time management.
Mm-hmm. Discipline, yeah.
I mean, I think you're gonna continually learn how to manage your time, but it was actually a huge struggle. I was kind of all over the place all the time, but I mean,
your time, you felt like you had trouble with managing your time.
Oh, 100%. There was so many things that I just completely forgot about, or just
but you were also over involved.
Yeah, I was involved with a lot and kind of spread thin, which kind of seeped into my personal life, and so yeah, I mean, it was definitely hard managing time, but it's something that you're never really going to figure out entirely. It's kind of a learning process continually. So I guess it gets better at time where you just get used to not being able to completely manage it either way.
So to be honest, we kind of cut you off about what you have on the way. So I just want to make sure you definitely can get that off so everyone can know.
Oh, okay.
So you talked about the music video. You said some music's coming. You said that you want to work on the production end of things.
Mm-hmm.
No project in particular on the way? Like a subset of songs?
It's the way, okay, so don't get me wrong. I'm locked and loaded, but after this conversation with the producer, it's again, I don't have no problem with taking things slow because it's I don't want to spam. I'm not out here trying to make it look like I'm doing the most. If I'm going to make a move, I need it to hurt. I need it to hit. So what do you call it? I guess I got to figure out the next step. Am I going to take my session, my files, and go to another engineer? Or am I going to hit the lottery and pay for the biggest engineer? You know what I mean? I have decisions to make. And that just happens sometimes when you think you have a final product and then someone tells you there's another step.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, for those who are genuinely interested in seeing what the future holds, feel free to follow me on Instagram.
One sec. We're gonna wait till that door closes.
Mm-hmm.
The beat's kind of smacking though.
Low key.
Yo!
Should let me freestyle on a beat.
You go in there.
Go ahead. Get out it.
1 second.
Right now?
Here's some bars.
Wait, so you said it's always like this?
This is my first time here.
True,
So
he did say.
Yeah, this is all new to me.
Okay. True.
Is it always like this in here?
In terms of being turbulent?
Yeah, just
turbulent.
a lot going on.
Yeah, usually, to be honest, I kind of like the chaos.
Uh-huh.
You're probably the first one that didn't like it, but next time I'll plan on getting in the studio because we can record in the studio space too. But I kind of like the chaos because we got a bunch of characters coming in. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah,
Bam,
a lot
bam,
of
smack.
vibes. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the best. Well, it's crazy over here.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. So you don't have a project. You want to get the sound right.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Quality.
much it.
Yeah. Mix it. Yeah.
There's no studios you go to in DC.
No, there is, but again, I'm working with this engineer. But again, it's just like, not dealing with flakes. Because you can work with someone for what, a week, a month, but maybe after that they disappear, or maybe after that the communication is not really there. A lot of factors, but I just want to make sure, ideally, the people that I'm starting things with are people who look to finish.
Okay.
Yeah, because loyalty, and that again is no shade. It's just you learn over the years, and you just got to pick and choose what you want to accept and not accept.
So I mean, like, and this is something that Connor brought up on our way over here. Is like a lot of people in this industry are just like weirdos. Like it's just that's like people move funny, people act funny,
or scary.
So like, how do you kind of find that sort of like troublesome or sort of like annoying and frustrating? Because you talk about loyalty a lot.
Yeah.
Well, can I also be honest with you? I think you've seen it at a surface level. When you really start, like, your career starts growing and you start, like, really meeting people, you'll start to notice it a lot more. But I understand accountability is, like, the biggest problem, right? For you right now.
Well, what makes you say that? I've only experienced it at the surface level.
If this is your first time in this studio, and have you been to all studios in Boston?
All studio? Is
Like,
that the name of the studio? Or are you saying all studios?
No, there are 4 big studios in Boston.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Well, which one?
I'm not demeaning what you're doing. I'm just saying you got to meet a bunch
Yeah,
of people.
my question was more general, not even about like Boston, like just in general. Like, do you think like this industry as a whole, like this hip hop, this rap, this artist industry, like, does that frustrate you sometimes because people are fickle, people switch up, and you mentioned loyalty a lot,
right?
So it seems like that's something that's really important to you.
Yeah,
especially because you got a lot going on too. You're doing like a lot of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I try not to. I know you admitted that, like, you spread yourself too thin. I try not to do that. So it's like, yeah, I'm doing a lot, but it's manageable and it's like going somewhere. Like, it all makes sense. It's not like just for a resume or like because my mom told me or like the preacher told. Like, I'm in this. I'm passionate. I'm happy. Most of all, happiness. I think that's the one thing when we talk about accountability. With whoever I'm encountering or interacting with or just like working on projects with, I want to make sure that happiness is there. And if not, that's not something to be silent about. You know what I mean? That's something to communicate because chemistry is important. But again, back to what you're saying about the surface level. Maybe that's too much. Maybe that's
no. That's not me demeaning like where you're at all. I just mean I picked it up more when I was like just around everybody doing it every single day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but isn't that? But didn't you just say I am doing a lot? So wouldn't that be me being around, but in different aspects of?
Yeah, no. So what I mean is like in terms of the people I have met through this, it's because I'm surrounded by a certain set of people all the time, which I don't know if you've had access to this group of people yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not me saying no, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. I just think it's more of like.
Well, you assumed that I didn't. That was really it. That's why I asked.
No, I didn't assume. I just know who's in this circle of people.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not shitting on you at all.
No,
you
100%,
right?
no. Yeah, I feel you.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel you.
All right, so listen. This is important.
Do
you know how we start and end these? Come on, Kiki D, please.
A freestyle?
No, that'd be fire though. No, so how we start them and end them, it happens in one sentence. So you say, hi, your name. Hi, I'm your name.
Kiki D.
And this is my golden hour.
And this is my golden hour.
Wait, but we're not going to do it yet.
Right, no, yeah.
And directly after, no break, you say, hi, I'm
Kiki D.
And that was my golden hour.
And that was my golden hour. Okay. Word.
So whenever you're ready.
All right. Hi, I'm Kiki D, and that was my golden hour.
Directly after. No, so you gotta say this was, then that was.
Oh, this was. Oh, and then that was. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kiki D, and this was my golden hour. That was my golden hour.
Okay, wait, no, we gotta go one more time. Hi, I'm Kiki D.
Yeah.
No, everyone fucks it up. Hi, I'm Kiki D. This was my golden hour.
This was, yeah. This
Hi.
was my golden hour. Yeah.
This is my golden hour.
This is my golden
No.
hour.
And then hi, I'm Kiki D. That was my golden hour.
Okay.
So this was and then that was.
Okay.
No, this is and then that was.
Okay.
Because it starts and ends it. You got it?
I got it.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Kiki D, and this is my golden hour.
Yay!
Hi, I'm Kiki D, and this. Oh, and that was. Okay, I got you. Hi, this is Kiki D, and this is my. One more time. I got you on this one.
Go ahead.
Hi, this is Kiki D, and this is my golden hour.
Golden is a gang ho. I stay up on the bang bros. She gon' do what I say so. Yeah, I'm running to the pesos.